Guys, and welcome to another vlog. In this video I'm going to talk about Morocco, specifically Taghazout. Just got back and it was a very smooth trip. So getting there from Lisbon is very simple. We just got a low-cost flight on Ryanair for about 50 euros per person. That doesn't actually include anything besides the seat. You want to be able to breathe or you want to use the toilet, you do have to pay extra. Jokes aside, if you do want to bring a bag, it will cost you extra. So I think I ended up paying around 75 euros. If you're wanting to go to a more local restaurant or buy things in the local shops, then you will need to have cash. So what we did when we got to the airport is we got money out straight away. There are 2 or 3 working cash machines when you come out of security in Agadir airport, and the exchange rate's not too bad, and the fee is not too bad. It's around 3 euros. So I would recommend getting the majority of your cash right away, so you don't have to think about it for the rest of the trip. There's a lot of different accommodation options depending on your price range. The low end of the spectrum, you can stay in a hostel or a guest house or something like that, and a room in a bunk bed might cost you around 15 or 20 euros per night. So I decided to book an Airbnb for a 2-bedroom apartment, and it was around 1,000 Aussie dollars for the week because I was working throughout the week. The apartment was very quiet, and the only noise I could really hear was the sound of the ocean. So it was very calming, very relaxing. At the high end of the spectrum, you could stay at a resort, a more expensive hotel or a resort, and that would probably set you around. Okay, so food. Probably the most important thing to consider when you're traveling. You can probably get a tagine for around 45 to 65 dirham per tagine, per meal, at a more local restaurant. And they are very delicious. We did that on many days. It was a really great option just for having a quick feed. At the higher end of the spectrum, there's a few more expensive restaurants, more westernized restaurants within Taghazout, and those you might look to be spending around 250 to 300 per meal for a 2-person meal including drinks. Morocco is actually typically quite a dry country with regards to alcohol. I'm not 100% sure on their laws, so I won't make any grandiose statements, but I do know that the majority of restaurants in Taghazout don't sell alcohol. So if you are wanting to have a drink, you have 2 options. Firstly, you can go to one of the hotels or resorts on the coastline. The other option is a restaurant/hostel in Taghazout called World of Waves. These hotels and resorts do have ATMs as well, so it's a great backup option if you didn't get all your cash out when you're at the airport. As for working and surfing in Taghazout, it was an incredible week. I got really lucky with the waves. Anchor Point especially was absolutely firing for the first couple of days. And it was really easy just to pop in and out, go for a quick surf for an hour or 2, come back here and do some work, go for another surf in the afternoon. It was seamless, and I think that's because the way that Taghazout is situated is right in the middle of 3 world-class breaks. So you have Panoramas, you have Hash Point, which is where I was staying, and then you have Anchor Point, which is just about a 10-15 minute walk outside of Taghazout. While you can rent a board, you can also bring a board with you, and I would probably recommend doing that if you do have a surfboard or a couple surfboards. Reason I say that now is I was renting a board from the same shop every day. I went and rented different boards and it was great. The only problem was on my last day, on the 5th day that I was surfing, I actually snapped a board. It was pretty broken when I paddled out, but I just thought, fuck it, I went with it and I paddled and I caught one wave and it snapped immediately. So be quite selective with the board you choose. Make sure you clarify what the price is or what the situation is if you do break a board. If you have stuck around to the end of the video, you're a bloody legend, and I'll see you on the next one.